Okay, so the person that you've been thinking about has been in their own energy. They've been very independent. They've pulled away. They haven't been messaging you, and perhaps it's been officially over for quite some time. So I see that there's been some sort of major degree of separation, and they're really on this spiritual healing journey right now where they're really trying to uncover their patterns and have a deeper relationship with themselves, which is actually a really good thing. Although it can be very triggering for you because they have decided to not continue the relationship or speaking to you, whether it's a relationship or a situationship, that's really up to you to decide what it was. What I am seeing is that right now they're really working on themselves, and there's this shift in perspective that they are looking for, and they keep thinking about you, but they keep going back and forth in regards to them being necessarily ready for a relationship. They keep contemplating it, and although they keep thinking about the connection and how fun it was, like there was literally nothing wrong with it, they are needing to go through this process. But through this reading, what we're seeing is that eventually there's some sort of awakening. You know, the Judgment is there with the Page of Pentacles and with the Page of Cups. So we're seeing a shift. We're seeing through this healing journey, this self-awareness journey that they're on, that they're going to hit this breaking point and have this aha moment. Okay, 222 could be really significant here. And what we're seeing here is them really juggling back and forth and kind of coming towards you gently. It's going to feel very slow in terms of the reconnection. We're seeing somebody that's kind of just like wanting to peek their head out, but not fully wanting to dive into in a really rapid way. But there is this breakthrough moment that is happening. And when we see the Five of Swords in reverse, it means that there's somebody that is willing to move towards reconciling. So reconciliation is on the menu. They've been wanting to take action now, or they're wanting to take action now. And this is all going to happen within the next month. 30 days is coming through really strongly. So I'm hearing, you know, sometime in March 20th, March 18th could be really significant. But again, this is a generalized reading. If you want to know uniquely about your own story, you could hit the link in bio. But you are going to go through some sort of reconciliation period here. The Sun, the King of Cups, the Ten of Cups are here. This is beautiful. So we're seeing reconnection energy, and then the Queen of Wands. So this is really representative of both of you. We're seeing this person come through with this very loving energy, like really opening up their heart. Ten of Pentacles really does represent that this is a destined connection. It was meant to last. It wasn't meant to end. And it's beautiful. I love this energy. And you, Queen of Wands, and you showing up in the Queen of Swords earlier shows to me that because you set your boundaries, because you energetically pulled away, because you didn't spiral, reach out to them, chase them, this is exactly what allowed them to really begin to miss you. Because it's like that red string theory. When you energetically disconnect from the person, if it's meant to be, they will feel that and they will be able to come to their own conclusion. And so it's really beautiful to see how this story develops. And even if right now it might be really difficult for you and you might be wanting to reach out and you might be wondering what you're doing, this is not an invitation for you to try harder. This is an invitation to really step into that Queen of Swords energy. She's got boundaries. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She pulls her energy in. She's kind of like that tougher queen because she doesn't take any bullshit, right? Like she's not going to be there chasing or obsessing over somebody. She does the inner work so that she can really just pull her energy into herself. She's very much in control of her mindset. And so if you are needing tools, you can definitely grab the Relationship Reset workshop in the link in my bio. It's 8+ hours of coaching when it comes to really moving towards aligned relationships and repairing any attachment bonds that you may have. There's this powerful episode on the neuroscience of manifestation. There's an episode on letting go and taking your power back. There's a lot of information in that workshop. And so I highly recommend it because right now, this is what is required. You need to be in your independence. You need to pull your energy back. You need to let them miss you. And it's not by being overly available and putting pressure and reaching out and checking in that it's going to shift anything. It's actually going to make it worse. So really at the end of the day, you know, what is more magnetic is somebody that is in their own energy. It's somebody that is in their own equanimity, right? It's like, oh, cool, you're not available. My job here is to understand what it is that you are available for. My job is to understand what I'm worthy of. My job is to understand what I deserve and not try to prove myself to people that are emotionally unavailable. Your job is to take your energy back and allow divine timing to happen, right? What is meant to be will always be. But if you keep stressing about it, if you keep chasing it, it's showing that there is an attachment bond that needs to be healed. Because when you are chasing conditional love, when you're chasing people that are not available, when you chase people that ghost you, that for me as a NLP practitioner, it shows to me that there is unhealed wounds. There are unhealed wounds from childhood that you have potentially picked up that are maybe showcasing that, you know, love was conditional. And for you, that's deeply triggering now as an adult. And it has you chasing, overcompensating, trying to prove yourself lovable and worthy to these people. And that's when we get stuck in trauma bonds, okay? And so, of course, if you're wanting to, again, understand what all of these attachment bonds are about, the Relationship Reset Workshop is great for that. I do have some space left to work on a one-to-one, but I don't have money. So you can hit that link in bio for more information. And of course, if you want to know your unique journey, you could book a reading here. But, you know, I think for what we're seeing here is this beautiful masculine archetype that is stepping into their energy. They're really going from this like independent, closed off person to having some sort of internal shift. What I keep hearing is that silence is gold, okay? It's not about doing more, it's about being, right? The more that you're going to pull back, the more that you're going to remember who you are and be in that power and in your worth. And when you're in your worth, it's not about proving or chasing. It's saying, cool, you're not available. If it's not you, it's somebody better, honey, right? Let me let you rise up to meet me if you're the one. And if you're not, great, then somebody else that is in alignment is going to find you. And so that is a really big, important learning curve that number one, I teach all of my clients when they're trying to break free from attachment bonds. It's about working on our inherent self-worth so that we can get to a space where we're no longer obsessing and craving people's love that are not available to us. So that is a really big learning curve here. And so it's almost showing us the specific timeline that this person will come to their own conclusions through that silence. This person will come to their own conclusions once they've done their own inner work and once they realize, hey, this person actually respected me. They're in their space. They're not chasing me. They're not being needy. And whether that is physically or energetically, because if you're still obsessing over them and you're having a hard time energetically disconnected, trust me when I say that that can be felt and it's still going to repel them. And if you need tools and support, this is exactly what I do. I can definitely help you out with this. When the magician is there, right? Remember that the magician shows that there is possibility of creating this timeline, but two people need to show up in that specific way for this to happen. So one side, we have somebody that's doing their inner work. And on the other side, there's somebody that needs to have better boundaries. There's somebody that needs to be in their worth. And there's somebody that needs to understand what it's like to be in this deeper sense of self-confidence and self-worth, which is we don't chase, we attract. And if it's not you, it's somebody better. All right. Take what resonates, listen to your intuition. And this isn't about a karmic relationship. This is not about unhealthy attachment bonds. But if you want to know more about those, you can hit that link in bio. I just want to finish by saying this. One of the main things that I teach in all of my relationship containers is the foundation to healing your inner child and the foundation to building inherent self-worth. Because without those two things, you will continue to attract people that do not choose you and that do not see your value. And this is proven by neuroscience and psychology. And so if you're willing to learn, there are so many options at a low ticket price to a higher ticket price that I share that you can find in the link in my bio if you're wanting to move towards aligned relationships in 2026.